All right, guys, what's up? I'm going to be going into stick figures here at first. So we're going to practice bodies, kind of how I approach my themes. Let me see, get to a new sheet of paper here. I got so many. This is all practice up paper, right? All right, so good morning, guys. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Cherish. Special shout out to you. My top tier Patreon is in the house. Just a few announcements before I get started. If this is your first time here, welcome. We're glad to have you as a guest on the stream. We keep everything on the stream rated G. That means that I'm not going to be saying no flip, flying, and filth on here. I'm going to, be respectful to you. Please be respectful on the stream with your comments. Hey, Tammy, how are you today? And welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome. All right, so today I'm also going to be very mindful of the time because I do have an event I have to be at. So I'm going to it's 1:42, so we're going to probably stream till about, it's 1:42 Central Standard, so I say 2:42. We got about an hour and a half of stream time, so I'm not going to waste a whole bunch of time. I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. If you want to tip, guys, while you're on the stream, you can tip at, well, you should be able to see, you guys can tip on obviously you know how to do it if you're on YouTube, but if you're on the live stream and you're on Instagram, you can go to Cash App and you can just put $ Rouser World. It's right there on your screen, so you already know you're on Rouser World. Just put a $ in front of it, and then you'll see where you can do donations there. So I appreciate that in advance. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I want to start with some stick figures today, just to kind of warm up. I got some different body poses here that I saw. I think I'm going to use. Let me see. I don't know. Let's see if we can use these right here. Let me save that one. And then we will save this one here. I think I've seen that one before, actually. All right, let me see here. So we'll go to here first. Okay, these are some of the stick figures we're going to be practicing, okay? So when I'm doing my caricature, especially theme caricatures, it goes a lot faster when you understand how to do your stick figures. So I'm just going to do a couple of them here, again, to warm up. Okay, this is going to be this kind of pose here that I'm going to start with, okay? So I'm going to do this, and how I like to do it is I like to look at the angles of the joints in the body, right? What happens naturally when one leg is in front of the other? Like this leg, this joint will be naturally going to be higher than that joint because of where it's at. So it's kind of, you have to imagine it being up from here, and then this one kind of being down and further away, okay? And your sense of how long things are going to go is just going to they'll get better over time. You just have to, understand, keep doing it. It's the only way you can get good at stick figures is to continue to just kind of do them, right? So that might be one of those stick figure there we can do. Okay, let me see. What about this guy here? We got a golfer here. Let me see. That's the guy in the corner over here. This guy right here. Okay. All right, so let's see if we can do a golfer guy. I'm guessing we're going to put our head shape here. We'll look for our shoulders, right? And then we'll just kind of attach our neck to that third ball there. We can do our back shape here, right? And then we'll come here. And we're looking at our legs here being kind of standing straight up so you can see where the ball's actually made a pretty equilateral triangle here, all right? And then here, this leg's kind of straight here, and then this leg's kind of sideways like a triangle. Here we'll go with our elbows, hands, right? And then obviously we got our golf club here. So if somebody's standing there with a golf club, that might be the skeleton you might want to draw so you can get your theme together. Okay? This might be the background here. All right. All right. All right. Let me see here. Let's go with another one. Let's go with something like oh, that's an interesting one. This looks like a guy sitting on top of a wall or something right here on the very end. So again, what I'm doing is looking at the placement of the balls. So I will go, okay, this is my head of my caricature, whichever way it's going to be facing, right? We can see the ball is just kind of underneath the neck, and then the back naturally takes a curve like this when you're sitting down, right? So here we can see one shoulder is going to be down while the other shoulder is up because of just pretty much relationship. And then we can get the energy of our drawing. We can look at these two, this in relation to the knee joint. So this might be my knee joint going here, right? And then my I guess my shin, right? And then you have your leg here. And then you got his arm coming over here, got his elbow spinning over here, going into a hand. And then here, whoop, got our arm, other arm coming down here. And then we got our other leg here. And again, this one is going to be in relation to this one is what I'm looking at, about right here and out. And then we're going to go kind of down with it here. So if they were sitting on something, right? Like maybe sitting on top of a box, right? This is kind of what that would look like. You know what I mean? So that I give you an idea of how to draw that. All right. Am I going too fast for you guys on these right here? Okay. Again, pay attention to these relationships. These here. Okay. And look what things do when you how they move when you move. How do your joints kind of behave when you make a movement, right? Okay, just like that. Okay, let me see here. Let me see. Oh, we got a sword fighter here, right? Man, I used to struggle with these a lot. I'm gonna also tell you. I'm gonna tell you what else I see here, but I'll do it in a minute. But I used to struggle with these a lot because I would always make one thing long. I would make it longer or shorter than I intended it to be. And then one artist I had read, he said just keep doing it, and eventually you'll get a sense of what you're drawing. And so that's what happened to me. So now no matter, even if I'm looking at a picture or not, I'm always looking at these relationships, and I can do it just about any way I want. I can do this here, right? I can make a leg here. I know that when my leg is going, this one's going back. Let's say this one's going down. You see how you can see the different relationships between the joints here, and it makes drawing any type of position pretty effortless once you can see that stick figure in there. You know what I mean? Okay, let me see here. So we're gonna do one. This guy has is a sword fighter apparently. Let me see here again. But something I just saw too, or I wanted to mention to you. Generally, your upper body, when your caricature moves, right, it's going to form a shape like this. So let me show you something. Let's say I put this shape here. All right, like this. Okay. Generally, if you look at your this will be like your arms, okay? The top of your arms. So let's put 4 little balls here, right? If I look at it like this, right, like a shape, See, like this is the top of the shape and this is the bottom. Look at it. Okay, so let's just say this is a shape right here. And at the end, right, you have two little balls right here. Well, you can see that this is kind of like what the arms will do. So this would be like your head, right? And then your shoulders kind of go in between here like that. You get what I'm saying? So you can you see that when you look at it like in a 3D format? You know what I mean? So what I pretty much did was I drew something like this. I'm just going to draw something 3D for you. Hold on. Okay. So you see how this is 3D? Okay. So that's why I know when the hands go back, they go up and out toward this way. You know what I'm saying? So if this was your hand, you have your thumbs, right? Like that, right? Your head like that. Okay. So you want to be thinking about that. So when you draw your picture, right? You got your head, right? Watch. You got your, let's say you got your head. You got your shoulders. Now watch the shape. Here. Elbows, right? And then if I'm going, my hands are going this way, this naturally, thinking about it like 3D, okay, my hands will be here and here, right? And my top of my body will go here. So we can just kind of practice on the top of your body just by understanding that, right? Let's do it again. So we got our head shape, right? Say we want to make a big guy. We might drop our head shape into the shape, right? This will be the top. This will be his like shoulders. This will be his shoulders here, okay? And then I got this right here, okay? So watch. Once I drop my hands down, coming across like this, and you can see this guy. He might have some bigger hands. He might be like a boxer, right? You know what I'm saying? That's his spine right there. So it looks like but his body is kind of doing like that, right? So now you got like a big bruiser looking guy. You know what I mean? It's nothing happening really, church. Just hanging out. I just got back from actually praise and worship practice, so that's why I couldn't. I didn't have I didn't stream at my normal time. Okay, we can also do it like this, right? Knowing that information, we can do it like this, and this way. Now, what happens is the hand's still doing that shape. You see that shape right there? Okay, no matter which way I'm turned, right? Like this. I can go, let me see. I can go like this. Okay? And let me see. Watch my hands. If I'm doing like this, let's say this is the body, because the body is going like this. I'm thinking about my hand going backwards like this to form that shape, right? So this might be the hands back here, and then this will be like the torso. So you really wouldn't see that hand back there too much. You just see it like that, and then obviously your body and stuff will go back this way. So we can see that our hands are going kind of back. Again, we still see that same shape between the elbows. So you're just turning this shape again in ways that you can see it, and then you adding the hands onto it. Think about it like maybe like a piece of paper. I don't know if that makes sense to you, right? If you can fold a piece of paper like this, right, and put a head on it, the half of the paper would represent your body, right? And then your hands will go right here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's a real long body right there. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and practice these other little. Oh, yeah. I was doing I was saying I was doing the praise and worship practice because I got to play Sunday, so I was just making sure I needed to practice. So uh, yeah. Anyway, let's do this guy with the sword fight. Let's see if he can do that. And then a good thing might be to keep you some of these like around your drawing board when you draw, right? And this way you can. It's my sword fighter. Mm. Okay, so we got us a sword fighter guy, right? Yeah. Okay, what else we got? We got a guy on bended knee right here. Let's see if we can get that one in there. So how's everybody's work week been? Tomorrow is Sunday, right? So I'm gonna assume everybody had a good work week. Hopefully you did. Hmm, that one came out pretty good. Okay, so when you leave here today, you should be able to know how to draw stick figures, right? Yeah. All right, let's see here. Oh, let me look at my live chat here. I'm not looking at live. Okay. All right, guys, and remember, if you're benefiting from the stream today, man, show some love. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it in advance. Okay. All right, let me see here. Okay, let's see. Let's finish up. We got some more bodies here we can do. I think we did pretty much all of these. Let's see what other page we got here. I think this is the second one. We got this one here. Okay. Now his are a little bit different, but I mean they're still very simple. You see now. Also, what I am noticing is that the middle portion of the body forms a almost like a square shape. You know what I mean? So if you're looking at the middle of your body, your joints will here apparently they'll line up like kind of like an eye shape, and your in certain positions your back will naturally curve, but this would be like the eye shape. So now we're learning an eye shape plus the hexagon or a half hexagon shape, right? Makes our upper body. Okay? Look at it again. So if you have an I plus a V, right? Plus a C with a little stick on the top and a O, maybe we can call that a lollipop on the top. We have an upper body shape, right? And all you got to do is remember to kind of, this is again just a preliminary sketch, but we can see here how that works out, and we can also see that your apparently the rib cage that your rib cage is really not as big as you think it is, right? Because here you can see that they made the rib cage like a little half egg shape like this. That's usually I could actually make these a little bit longer here, but the rib cage kind of is in between this shape. So if you think about it again back here like this, the rib cage kind of fits inside of that shape. Does that make sense? Let's go back again and look at it. Okay. So let's look at that again. You're making the rib cage. So this is your shape again. Okay? And your rib cage kind of fits inside of that shape, right? Your elbow, your joints go here, right? And where's the V at? Well, here goes your V. Right here. Here goes your C. These are your hands. This is your head of your caricature, right? You get it? All right. So your rib cage looks like basically like like this shape here. Looks like a Pac-Man maybe. Doesn't that make sense? Like a Pac-Man. So nice and round rib cage shape, right? And the way we're doing it, you can see it. So practice the body in this position first. Get it in the easy position first so you get a sense of what you're drawing no matter which way the picture is actually facing. You know what I'm saying? Am I making sense to y'all today? Okay, let's see here. Okay. All right, let me see here. All right, let's go through that just a couple more times. All right. So remember, now what is the middle of your body? From your shoulders to your waist is going to be pretty much a rectangle like this. So think of your stick figure like this. A rectangle, right? And then a rectangle with a half of a hexagon, right? Like that. So we got the rectangle, see it? 1, 2, 3, 4. And we got the half hexagon, and then we turn it into a V. So now we're at the half body. Remember our rib cage, look at our shoulders right here, right? And look at our rib cage. Goes right inside of that little square right there. And this is our head, right? So now you know how to draw the half body all the way. Holy smokes, right? It's pretty easy. You want to do that again, right? Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. He said a fish head. That does look like a fish head, doesn't it? Doesn't that look like a fish head? That's a good one, man. That does look like a fish head. I can see it now. Yeah, I see it. That does look like a fish. So your rib cage looks like a fish head. Okay, man, that was awesome. So I'm gonna steal that fish head. That's what we're always doing. We want to search for things that help us to understand things. Okay, all right. Oh, wow. Okay, Gordo, what's going on? How are you? Welcome to the stream, my friend. All right, so let's go through that again, right? So we're looking at that top of body. What did we learn so far today? We learned that the upper body shape is really made up of letters and letters and shapes. So we learned about our rectangle shape, right? And then we learned with the rectangle that we simply add a hexagon or half a hexagon. What is the name of that shape anyway? What can we call that so that you can really, what can we call that shape there? What is that? It's a half of a hexagon, but I'm trying to think what else could we think of it as? Maybe a spray can cap, right? You know, like if we're doing some graffiti, right? I don't know. Robot head, maybe? R2-D2 head? I don't know. Okay, but anyway, we can see that we have our rectangle shape. We have our R2-D2 head, or whatever you want to call it, trash can head, right? The top of a trash can. Okay, and then from here, right, all we're doing is we add a V for our hands, right? and a C at the end of the hand, just for right now until we get into the hand thing. But I've learned an awesome way. Hey, thank you, Gordo. I appreciate you, man, for the tip. Thank you. Thank you. Certainly appreciate it. Okay, and then inside of this shape here, again, now we put our little fish head. Okay, we got a fish head. We got our, look, we got this, and then look, these are our hips right here, right? Coming down, you know what I'm saying? Now, we could also, I'm thinking though, you know what I'm thinking? Let me look at this again. I'm thinking that this may be slightly larger, maybe about a half of the way down inside of this. Maybe that's too small. So when you draw that fish head, browser stance corrected, I would go about 50% of the way down inside of your rectangle, and then, you know, then you can add some curvature to it. You know, you still put your head there. You know what I mean? Lampshade, dude. Yep. I like it. Okay. Golly, Gordon, you're pretty good at this, man. I hate to have you as my seeing shape guy. Right? All right, so let's see. Based off of what we learned, hold on a second. All right. Let me see. Let's wave at everybody. Everybody that's on Instagram right now. I don't know how many people we have on Instagram, but I'm just gonna. Okay. Anyway, so let's look at what we got. Okay, I got this. I got me a little pencil here. Okay. So let's look at. Oh wow! So that a lampshade. That's really a good idea, man. Check it out and look what we can do. So we can, as long as we make a rectangle, we can put some curves on the side, right? Whatever, right? Okay. And then we come with our lampshade, right? Boom, 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 right? And then we are halfway down. Now we can put our fish head. Okay, and we put our little circles here on our lampshade. Now check it out. Watch this. So we got we got this here coming down, and then we can go here, right? But let's look at something else. Okay, we're gonna do this right here. Let's say we go here, right? Now watch this. If we can go V this way, or we can go V this way. In this case, you put your C like this, and what happens now is you're drawing like a Superman pose, like somebody standing. You know, if you could imagine this person having like a cape on or something, right? You can see it that way. So that's pretty cool too. Now I personally like the way that they were doing it with the circles right here. I think that's really cool. I would incorporate that along with this. So when I draw it, I would be like, now I can think about it like boom, right this. And then I'm thinking about right here, what I'm doing is thinking about the top of my lampshade. I'm drawing the sides of my lampshade. Drawing my V shape, right? You see what I'm saying? And then I might draw me a, let me see. Oh, did you see that? Oh, with Adam. Yeah, you know what? Matter of fact, I've been following him. He's actually going through a cancer treatment right now. And I've been having him in prayer, man. I didn't know he, you know, it was kind of sudden, you know, that he had to go through that, so. Then I'll go here and then go to my ball shape here. Okay. Or the ball shape could be that part of the, or it could be our little rectangle. You know what I'm saying? Whichever way you want to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Adam Kruger. That was a while back, man. Right? And then again, we're looking for the relationships between things. I learned a cool relationship here about when you're drawing the leg this way, how you can bring that leg around and make this leg be down here like this, right? Okay, let's see. Yeah, he had a brain cancer. He has brain cancer, and he's going through that right now. And he's actually flying to a facility for an experimental treatment to see, because they said apparently it's a pretty aggressive cancer, and so yeah, that's why I just had him in prayer. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. So let me see here. I think we spent quite a bit. What is it? 2:00 here. All right, guys. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna go through some. We already spent enough time kind of with the stick figures. So I showed you. We learned some things. Right? We learned how to. This is the basis of all themes. When you draw a caricature, you want to say, okay, again, I want to make my person. This might be their head, right? And then you might say, okay, I want to make my person. I'm gonna do the upper body of it. I want to make him fighting, right? So I might do this. And again, I'm looking at the tops. I'm looking at my lampshade, right? And I'm looking at it in dimension. You know what I mean? I'm doing like this. Let's say I got this guy, and he's doing like that, right? And I got this, and I'm doing like that. And I got this. And you can see here, like in this one, how wide apart they are, right? This is a short leg. Right, and this one, right, you can see it coming out like this. Boom, boom, boom. So all we're doing now is we're saying, okay, you got that, right? And then we'll say, this is our face shape. So whatever we're doing with our head, and we just make our person up, right? We can give them some. Let me just make up a guy right here. We'll give our guy some cool goggles, right, up here. Right, and then let me see. Maybe he got some little goggles. I don't know. Let me see. Maybe we could do like this, right? And then we'll let me see. Boom, come down here, right? We'll do something like this. He's some kind of fighter guy. He has like a little helmet on too, because he's a battler, right? Maybe he got some little things on the side of his hat, right? And now it's just crazy how we can see everything. You know what I mean? When we take that time, look at that ball shape right there. Look at that. So now we could see our leg forming right here, right? We can, and then you can think in terms of cylinders. That's how I would do it. See how you can draw these little cylinders? You can draw little circles around the whole thing, and then you can see how your arm will fit on there. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Yeah. Thank you, Gordon. I appreciate you. Okay, here we got the round circles. So see how we can put meat on our. Do you see how you can put meat on the bones? Let's do it again. Let's show you how you put meat on the bones. All right. So look, again, we got our head, right? And let's just do it with the half body. Boom, boom, right? Boom, boom, right? Boom, boom. Then we got boom, boom, right? And then we got boom, boom. And then let's just say we got boom, boom, and then we got let's say we got some hands here. I've learned a really snazzy way to think about my hands. Even those I think about like pieces of paper, right? Okay, but watch what you can do once you get here, right? And you can go to your middle piece, right? Okay, but watch how we can. If we can imagine circles kind of orbiting around the whole figure, once we see that, we can see how to make a spear out of it. You see what I'm saying? So that everything looks dimensional. Let's do it like this, so to be simple. Watch. So let's say this is our middle of the head of an arm or whatever. If we draw circles around it like this, when we draw lines, we'll have a sense of how round it is when we draw it with those cylinders around it. So you've probably seen that before. That's a little something I picked up off Pinterest too, that the animators use, okay, to make your picture look a little bit more, 3D. So here again, if we have our shape here of our body, right? We could literally do some shapes like this, and then we can come around it, and we'll have a sense of, again, how round that shape is when we use it that way. That's just another thing to help you to be able to see your dimension of your stick figures a little bit better. But we'll get more into that in another stream about how to put meat on the bones. Again, today this is just about this, which is the actual stick figure shape. Remember what we learned was just this shape here plus this shape here plus this shape here plus this shape here, right? Is going to make our whole upper body. Again, let's just demonstrate. 1, okay, you can make this as long as you want. 2, here, 1, 2, this is this here, so that's 3, this is 4, right? And then your C shape, I forgot to put that, is 5, which would be your actual hands just for right now. And then when you put then we have our fish head, right? Which is our skeleton, which is about 50% of this shape here before it goes into your hip shape like here. Okay, so we just learned how to draw our upper body stick figure. We'll get into lower bodies at another time, and I hope you guys were able to learn something from that. If you did, man, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Tips are awesome, guys. If you feel like you're benefiting from the information that I am sharing with you today and you want a tip, thank you so much in advance. All right, so let's get into some caricatures, guys. So I'm going to pull up some faces here. I actually have my pad. I think I'm going to bring my pad in here. If you guys will give me just a minute, I'm going to get my other pad. This way, if you guys are watching on Instagram, you can kind of follow along with what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to just be practicing my 2 shapes I just rediscovered. How to rediscover these shapes. And those shapes are, again, my hexagon shape and my octagon shape. Okay. These 2 shapes right here, very powerful caricature shapes. Okay. Caricatures, quote, head shapes, actually. Okay. If you know how to use them. This one I'll use for when you have a lot of cheekbones. And this one I'll use when you have not really cheekbones, or none. So I've learned to just I'm simplifying this thing as I go. Yes, I did. And remember, yes, Gaming Corey, I see you. And thank you so much, everyone, for your tip. Remember how I explained this to you last time on the stream. Anytime that I do a personal drawing of a celebrity, if you want to make a request, then requests are only $10. See down here at the bottom of the screen, it says celebrities, and then it says personal. So the celebrity ones are $10 per person that you want me to draw for you. So if you want me to draw a particular person for you, then that's what it will cost. And then the other one is $15 if you want a personal. That means you want me to draw your mother or your father or somebody that's related to you and you want to learn how to draw that person. I will stop the stream and I will do that for you because this is my full-time employment. So, I would like to draw for free for everybody or for, but it's, I feel like now that's a fair price based off of I want to teach you how to do it and stop the stream. So I don't want to be unfair to everybody else by doing that for you, and then I won't do it for them. But I really do appreciate your support. I know you come to the stream a lot, and I hope that that's not taken personally. Thank you so much. Let me see here. So let me okay. Hey, man's hobby, how are you today? Welcome to the stream. I see that you made a comment here on Instagram. I just want to shout out to you. Also, guys, don't forget if you've been following me for a while. As I explained, this is full time for us. So we do have a Patreon page where we refer our fans and our subscribers that have been following us for years, and they want to figure. Obviously it costs time and money and resources and all this to keep a stream going and to keep it and to teach. So Patreon is an excellent way to give back. We have three tiers on there, so it's like I think five. I think the lowest tier is like $15 or $5 or something. Then it's like a $15 tier, and then the top tier, which hey, Cherish is my top tier Patreon. Uh, um, you can also do the top tier. So if you guys wouldn't mind to go over there and check out it. And then also you get access to other content. So we have other videos there that are exclusive to you guys that are wanting to sign up for Patreon. Thank you, Cherish, for sharing that information. So if you guys don't, get a moment, go over there and check out our Patreon page. And we also have some heck of a videos over there that kind of break down some of the stuff that I'm showing you. I do also do private classes, so if you guys want a one-on-one class with me, I'll be happy to do a one-on-one class. You can just go to rouserworld.com, and then you can look on the calendar, and you can book your own personal time where you get a 45-minute class. You can ask all the questions you want. You can learn something specific that you want to learn. Or if you want to go through my whole course syllabus, I do have a course syllabus where I go from A to Z, but it all depends on the student. I kind of work with each individual student where they are in their art journey. So just want to put that out there for you guys. Again, tips are appreciated. So let's go ahead, and we're going to I'm going to go ahead and get my pad, because I want to put my pad here so that we can have the faces. So guys, give me just a moment, and I will be. The new content is once a month. Actually, I need to upload some new content this month. What's today? Oh my goodness! You know what? Now that you asked, I didn't upload. So let me make a note here in this book here. This is my little notebook, right? All right, hold on. Hold up. Okay. All right, so number one, I gotta add 3 new videos to Patreon. Okay. And we hadn't had any new top tier sign up, Cherry. So since we're already doing the class together, we want to schedule another meet and greet. But if you want to, if you don't want to do it right now, you want to wait till there are others, then that's cool too. So I need to schedule that as well. So let me just put that down here. Okay. All right, guys, give me just a second. I will be right back. I need to go get my pad real quick, okay? All right, be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I just wanted to oh, okay, cool. So I'm gonna make a note of that also. So we'll go ahead and schedule that meet and greet, and then what I'll do is probably schedule it maybe this week here. I'm gonna talk with the planner, see if we can get this one scheduled for this week. Okay. And again, guys, don't if you haven't checked that out, Patreon, I'll go ahead and check that out. If you're on Instagram and you're listening in, we do have a Patreon page where we give you access to different material that you'll need that may be helpful for you to learn caricature, and that's exclusive to only those that are on Patreon. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my gallery up here. I guess we'll find us a couple of faces here to draw. We'll start with, you know what? I'm not going to use that face. I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use this face here first, right? Because he has very powerful features in his face. That's the reason, we're going to pick him. So let me kind of show you how I would approach this picture, right? I would use this shape here, and what I do is I pretty much look for, what I'm going to do is look for how many sides are on my picture. Oh, my bad. Let me see here. Okay, there we go. So let me see what I can do here. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to use this shape over here. Then I'll just kind of sketch out my idea like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. From there, what I'll do is I just start drawing a picture. So I could do like this here. And I start adding things into the shape. Okay. Using my shape as the almost like a sculptor would use a base for his sculpture. I start adding stuff onto the shape to build it into him. It helps me because now I can. It helps me so much because I can literally see where everything needs to begin and everything needs to end by using this idea here. Then I just go ahead and put my middle features in here. Okay, and we talked about the body shape, so here you can see the circles again, right? You can, because it's usually a triangle here, and then the triangle attaches to that half, that lampshade at the top. So this is like a triangle, and then there's a lampshade. Remember, the lampshade has the circles on the end of it. You know what I'm saying? So see how we can make his muscles like that, right? Okay. Oh, all you have to do, Game and Corey, is if it's just like you did your request, you can do right here. I can do the Sanford and Son for you. You just have to. It just needs to be $10. So instead of doing $2, it would be $8 more, and then I would do the celebrity one for you. So I would draw like Fred Sanford for you, for instance. But now to draw the entire cast, I would charge by the person that I have to draw for you. Okay. So here, once we got that, now we can come here and start adding our shapes in, right? Like this, um, something like this. Keep it simple, right? And then something like this here. Okay. Then we can see his eye shapes here. Like a little cartoon, right? Okay. So any face can be formed using this shape. Obviously, again, I use this one because he has such powerful facial features that I thought it would be cool. Thanks, friend. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your understanding. Yeah, I get it on YouTube alone. Like I get 1,000 requests a day. You know what I mean? To draw this person, draw that person. You know, I always look at it like I only get, I only have so many drawings in my hands. You know what I mean? It's not. And then after that, one day, I'm gonna, you know, I think that every gift and every talent should be used wisely. You know, you don't want to wear yourself out, no matter what it is you do. You know, they talk about like even your body. Your body is a gift, and you know, but you can misuse that gift by putting certain things in your body you're not supposed to put in there, right? Or letting your body come in contact with things too much that it's not supposed to come in contact with, and thus, you know, you because your body only has a limited life or limited time that it's going to be here. You know what I mean? And you can push it toward that limit quicker by not having respect for it. You know what I mean? So it's the same way I look at art. You know, I could, you know, I take care of my family. You know what I'm saying? I volunteer at certain places or whatever sometimes. I ration out things so that, you know, that I have a respect for that which God has blessed me as a steward of. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm kind of mindful of, you know, how I do things. You know, at first it was hard for me to understand. I didn't do that to understand it because sometimes, you know, with very nature of what I do, some people will think like they think that especially at work, right? They'll try to like they want to hustle you or they want to give you they you know, here I just want to give you $5 or I just want to give you $10. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? How come you can't give me a deal? And I always, you know, and I look at them a lot, and I ask a lot of times. I said, what if you went to work one day and your boss already, you know, he said, you know, you get your paycheck, but what if he tell you, man, after a day of work, he said, well, you know what? Let's make a deal on how much we're gonna pay you for the work that you did today. You know what I'm saying? I know we had an agreement before. I know this is what it costs, but I mean, this is me and you, man. So can't we? You know, I know I'm supposed to give you $100 for a day, but what if I give you 45 and we just call it even, right? So you wouldn't feel good in that situation. I think that sometimes people don't put the shoe on the other foot. You know what I mean? They always think about it. Sometimes we think about it from our own perspective, and usually when our perspective is like self-encompassing, it's pretty limited. You know what I mean? Like you only see what you want to see when you're thinking about how you gonna come out on top. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know. So I always try to treat everybody fairly, you know, stuff. And But as an artist, it's hard sometimes to stick up for yourself. You. That's why sometimes they'll say you got the starving artist thing, and the thing is that again, it's sometimes very hard to you know to say no to some things because you want to help people. You don't want to come across as a jerk. And all that kind of stuff. So I get it, man. But you gotta look at it like that. You're providing. If you guys are wanting to get into this, you're providing a service for somebody, and that service is no less important than heart surgery. You get what I mean? Or whatever. That's just it's all perspective. Only a certain type of person is going to get a caricature drawn anyway. You know what I mean? A person that appreciates memories usually will get a caricature. That's why when I go to work a lot of times, I don't think about like I don't expect a whole bunch of people to get a picture. It's just every now and then somebody gonna get some, but I know that it's not something that everybody's gonna appreciate because everybody, like when I was a kid, I didn't appreciate memories at all. You know what I mean? I wish I would have took more pictures now that I'm older. I'm like, my wife wants to know, see pictures of me and stuff, and I'm like, I got these limited photos that I have but I never took pictures. Like now, to have cameras, you can just take a picture anywhere. I don't got no pictures of me in high school. I got no pictures of me on my track meets or none of that stuff. You know what I mean? So memories, man, I'm seeing how important they are, especially the older I get. Anyway, let's do another caricature. What time is it? I ain't gonna talk to you guys today. So it's 2:40. I'm gonna try to get through 2 more faces here for you, and then we'll go get into our word of the day. Okay. All right. So let me see here. Discard. Let's go here. Let's try that face there. Now her face is a little bit different. Her face is her face is gonna be more along this shape here because she has the cheekbones. All right, so I use that as my framework, right? So I'll do like this. All right. I'm going to say this to you. This is all about, drawing is all about when you put your framework down, I want to say it where it's clear. It's all about think about like this. If I want to take you somewhere, I go to let's say I'm gonna take you on a trip somewhere. Okay. There's a point where you'll see your destination from. And once you're at that point, you might look at the person that's being your tour guide and say, I don't need you anymore because I know where I'm at. I can get there from here. So that's what these frameworks are. You have to think in your mind, all right, rely on the map. This is a point to where you can see where you're going to and you don't need anything else from here. This is that point for you. That's what your framework is. Your framework should be a mental picture that you have that is that point where you don't need the tour guide anymore. That's what your sketching and all that stuff should be. I know how to get there from here. So that's what this shape is. So once I see this shape here, right, let me take my marker. Okay. All right, now I got you. Yes, sir. We're going to stop right here. We're going to draw Sanford and Son. We're going to draw Red Fox. You're talking about Red Fox, right? Which one? You talking about Red Fox or you talking about the sun? Give me a second. Thank you so much, Gaming with Jay. I appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and do Sanford and Son. Okay. I'm trying to find a good picture. Let's see. Let me look here. That's a cool picture of him right there. Even though it's already in cartoon form, but I still think it looked like him a lot. I like that because of the hat. Can I use that picture right there? Is that cool? Let me use that. Okay, so this picture right here is going to be. He don't really have a lot of cheekbones, so I'm gonna use this as my framework. Okay. So I'll draw him on this page and I'll draw his son on another page. Or I can put them together. I guess, yeah, I can put it together. Hold on a second. Let's do this like this. Tell you what, let's use this picture here. Okay, so I'm gonna put my. Oh, that one's cool. You like that one? Okay, well, hold on. All right, so we're gonna go here. So we're gonna put this. We're gonna put his face over here. Again, this is the spot where I'm saying to myself, you know what? I can see my drawing from here. Okay. I can see this is where I want to go with one face, and then this is where my other face is going to be here. So I can pretty much place my face with a little bit of with almost no apprehension whatsoever once I get to this point, right? All right, so we got this, right? So only thing I'm gonna go now, I'm just gonna go ahead and go straight with the Crayola, okay? Because I don't need nothing else. All right, so here we go. I might need another marker here. Oh, the Chula picture. Ooh, man. You know what? I do got that picture. It slipped my mind, Cherish. I'll take care of that. Also, hold up. All right, I wrote it down here. My bad. I didn't. I forgot. So man. Almost there. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Let me erase those guidelines real. I gotta use a bigger eraser than that. All right. I'll just do it like this. All right, so let me do some shadows real quick. Hey, maybe one day we can do Esther. Okay, let me see here. Awesome, awesome. I have to check it out. We're almost there, guys. Okay, so after this, guys, we're gonna go ahead and we'll get into our word of the day. So that we can go ahead and get you guys out of here. I need to start getting ready for my event. So again, guys, don't forget to check out that Patreon page if you have not checked it out. Go ahead and check it out. You know, actually, this actually went a little bit further down past here. I need to round this off some more. There we go, like that. There we go. Okay. Add a little bit of. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. I'll put it to the side. I'll show you guys how it came out. That was my little reference I used right there. All right. Yeah. Hopefully that was to your liking. My friend, I'm going to go ahead, guys, and we're going to start wrapping this thing up. I got an event I gotta be at, so I'm gonna need some of that drawing energy, right? So we'll go ahead and just sign my work. Okay. Thank you again. I appreciate you came with Jay and Corey for commissioning that drawing right there. Okay. Hey, thank you, Tracy. I appreciate you now. Don't forget, guys, if you're on Instagram, man, tips are appreciated. You can tip through our Cash App, which is here. It's again $ browser world. Okay? So if you guys want to be a blessing, that's how you can do it. All right. So let's go ahead and get ready for our word of the day. So I'll be right back, guys. Give me just a minute and we'll get started. Sorry, guys. So let me start again. So here we are, guys. We are done with the drawing segment of the stream. We're going to be going into our word of the day. And I was explaining like why I do a word of the day is because um, not only does it help me as a person to understand my purpose, it helps me to keep things in perspective, about myself. One of my things I keep by my desk is this little card right here. I keep this on my little desk here, and it says, "To silence your ego and you will grow. and then God can teach, right? Who you, it helps me to silence the ego, who I think I am. And, it's very easy for sometimes you can be good at something, you can have a status in life or, achieve something, and you can easily think that some way that makes you better than everybody else, or that makes you, the center of the universe. And at that point, we stop, because if there's nothing ahead of you to strive for, then why would you keep going? If you ever feel that way, I was reading an alarming statistic about like suicides, and that's a very sensitive subject, but for all intents and purposes, someone has decided that there's nothing else ahead. There's nothing more to learn. There's nothing more to do. There's nothing more to say. And nobody cares about me in any shape, form, fashion, or way. I have no purpose here left. And what kind of life is that? So they choose that ultimate route, that definite route, that ending your life route. And so that's why I share the word of the day. Because maybe today there's someone here that's struggling with that. Maybe you don't feel any purpose. And should I be another YouTube channel that you go to and I tell you who got shot over here and who got killed over here, and what the latest dance move is, what's the newest shoe, what's the newest iPhone, what's the newest this, what's the newest that? Should I contribute? When I stand before God and I have to give an account for what He has blessed me with, then what am I going to show? That, I used everything that you showed me or gave me, but I only used it for my personal gain. I wrote it off in the name of something else. Yeah, I gave some people some money here. I did this here, but I never really, at the end of the day, you can do some good things in the world. That's why you can't earn your way in heaven. You can do some good things in the world that appear to be good, but your motive is not good. The Bible has a scripture that says that you can talk all you want and say all you want and say all these cool things, but if you have no love in your heart, you're but a clanging cymbal, something that's making noise, right? You want everybody to perceive you a certain way, so you try to make it look like you are what you are not, because your ego is big. But now that I'm thinking about that, what those type of people must go through, that to us it might look like they have everything together, but to them they have all this stuff and still no peace, right? They have everything we maybe as people that have to go to a job 9 to 5 have to work for, and and they don't have any happiness. They look sad. I see so many of the celebrities on TV and I look at their faces. I see some of the ones that I grew up watching and admiring and wishing I could even be in their shoes. And how God has allowed me to see them now. And how I say to myself, man, I'm glad that God didn't allow me. He had mercy on me not to allow me to pursue that thing. So let's go ahead and get into our word of the day. If you have your Bible handy, we're going to be, first of all, we're going to be coming out of my devotional. I always share my devotional. This one's 366 devotions in touch with God. It says on the front, but as for me, it is good to be near God. So I read these often. I have several devotional books, but I'm not so big-headed that I can't read a devotional and I can't share what I'm thinking. Somebody else wrote this, right? But does that matter if it helps us to grow? When I look at it, I'm like, man, that's something that we all need to hear. That's what the purpose of this is. Just like when I draw something and I go to Pinterest or wherever and I see something interesting to draw, I say, man, you know what? Let's use that person's face. We're all being inspired by other people all the time, but our ego sometimes don't want to give recognition to the other people that inspire us. You know what I mean? So the author of this inspired me to share with you what they wrote. So let's get into it. So this is in the book of Psalms. We're going to go to Psalms chapter 8 and verse 8 through 4. If you guys don't know where Psalms is, that's the New Testament. That's like right at the end of the New Testament. So we're just going to go to chapter 8 and we're going to go to verses 4 and 5. Let me get there real quick. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and outline that. So that's 4 through 5. So 8, 4 through 5. And it says the name of our word of the day is two extremes, right? Two extremes. Hot, cold, right? Up, down, two different extremes. And it says here, what is man that you are mindful of him? Who are we to the unfathomable God? The Almighty God, the God of everything. You ever went up in an airplane before and looked down when the plane goes up in the air and you start realizing how little you really are compared to everything? You start seeing all the cars and you see the buildings and you see these people. Somebody you might see some, but the higher up in the air you can't really see the people, but you can see the traffic and you can see cars that look this big from where you're at. Now, that's just to put it in a perspective for you, but imagine magnifying that by hundreds of millions of times. Imagine a grain of sand on a beach and a God that's so powerful, so knowledgeable, so just awesome that he can go to the one grain on a whole beach and say, I know this grain of sand because I created it. And this is what I created that grain of sand for. And he has a name for that grain of sand. That's us. That's us. Who or what is a man that you are mindful of him, the Son of Man, that you care for him? Christ, that you care for him. It says you made him a little lower than the heavenly beings and crowned him with glory and honor. So he said when Christ came, he was made lower than heavenly beings, lower than angels, right? And crowned them with honor and glory. It says the Bible is full of paradoxes. Okay? Extremes, two extremes, paradoxes, things from two different schools of thought. The last shall be first, right? That's a paradox. It says a person needs to lose his life in order to gain it. Silence your ego and you will grow. I must forget who I think I am to know who I really am. Some people can think there's something their whole life only to find out that's never who they were supposed to be. That's not who they were. They got the wrong job. They got the wrong husband. They got the wrong wife. You get what I'm saying? Because we have choices. You weren't supposed to be in that situation that you in. God didn't put you in that situation. He gave you a choice, and your choices led up to a situation. But it's saying we must lose our life in order to gain it. Let's go to another paradox. Children are the most important people in the kingdom of God. Another paradox. Seems like adults would be, kind of up there, since we have gone through the tenure. We've been children, and now we're adults, and it seems like we know more. But why would children be the most important in the kingdom of God? I think because they're the most teachable. It says, if you truly want to be great, another paradox, you need to be prepared to serve others. There are things about yourself you'll never find out until you try to help somebody else, and you really want to help them with all of your heart. In other words, you have a passion to help this person. It doesn't matter whether you get anything out of this or not. I just want to help this person. That's when it says here, if you truly want to be great, you need to be prepared to serve others. That's what this channel is about. That's why I do this channel. This is not because I want to show you how drawing is really the secondary motive here. I want to learn more about me. So I create situations to help other people so that I can figure out who the heck I am and what it is I'm truly capable of when I'm not selfish. It says we are sinners. Another paradox, we are sinners from the moment of our birth, and we are made in the image of God. So from the moment that we were born, you don't have to teach children how to be selfish. They already know how to say, that's my toy. But at the same time, we were made in the image of God. So again, these are situations that are showing us two extremes of a situation. It says an old Jewish rabbi once remarked that every person should carry 2 stones in his pocket, one of which should be written, I am but ashes and dust, while the message written on the other should be, the world was created for my benefit. The rabbi went on to explain that we should use each stone as needed. Now that's deep. This basically says to me, don't get the big head. Don't think that you're better than someone else. Don't fall into that mentality, because you'll never be great until you truly have the desire in your heart to help others. Because you'll never know what you're actually capable of until you reach that upper level. In order for you to help somebody in need, you have to have a mindset Sometimes I can want to help somebody. Sometimes we can want to help somebody, but we can feel like I'm too good to be around that person. I'm better than them because I live in this neighborhood and they live in that neighborhood. So we have to remind ourselves, wait a minute, who do I think I am? I'm just dust and ashes just like everybody else. I'm no more important than the guy that's standing on the corner begging for money. God cares about him just as much as he cares about me. His life, your life, is just as important as my life. I have no upper hand on you, but you have no upper hand on me. It says here, while the other message is the world was created for my benefit. So the paradox is by understanding one thing, it's going to push you into the other thing, and that is the benefit. You'll never know what your benefits are, right? Until you exercise the secret clauses in the contract. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can be prosperous, right? And this thing, and whatever it is, right? But according to over here, which you didn't read that because you didn't think you had to read the contract, you're trying to go there the wrong way. You're trying to be your own blessing. You're trying to skip over things. There are steps that need to be done. Who do you think you are where you think you don't got to go through the steps? Therefore, you don't receive the benefit of the greatness that is within you. What a valuable lesson for the new year that lies ahead. It says, be aware of how worthless and incomplete you are every day. That means there's always something to work on. But know that God has placed you on this earth as his image bearer, and that he sacrificed his son so that the price of your sins could be covered. Whoa. So God is mindful of me, the grain of sand, is what it's saying. I am just a grain of sand on the beach, but I'm still created in the image of God. And he still sacrificed for me, even though I'm this big compared to... See, you get what I'm saying? We need... This is so thought-provoking. He still sacrificed for us, even though we're a grain of sand. He still knows me by name. He still knows you by name. We are all his children. We were all created for a reason. We were all sacrificed for. In fact, the Bible says that he will leave all of the saved to go get the one that went away. He won't forget you. Don't, because you're on the corner, you doing this, you doing something that you ain't got no business. You done messed up. You done went the wrong way. God still loves you. He still cares about you. He still wants to see you be great. And all you have to do is make the decision today to turn around and say, I'm sorry for that. And truly in your heart repent and say, I accept Christ today. And this is the first step to your greatness. You must never become big-headed, or we must never become big-headed about our achievements But you need also never succumb to feelings of inferiority. Listen to this. Two extremes, right? You must never become big-headed, but you must also never succumb to feelings of inferiority. I'm trying to do this. This is the scale. So what is this saying to us? That means we must understand both extremes of these things so that we stay balanced. I'm not that important, but I'm not important either. Right? Balance. On the days that you feel really good about yourself, we ought to remind ourselves that you are made of dust. You go out, you got your nice clothes on, you're smelling good, you're looking good, people telling you you look good, right? Oh, you got this, and I like your car. Thank you. And what's your name? How are you doing today? Don't let it go to your head. But when you sit on the ash heap with Job, think about the fact that you are the crown of God's creation. So when it's going good, keep yourself grounded. When you're in a bad situation, go back in your mind, right, to the fact that God loves you and you're his creation and you are somebody. God does love me. He'll never put more on you than you can bear. He knows that you can get through the situation. He wants to walk with you through the situations, through the problems of life. We all have those problems. But you serve a God that is going to walk with you. Like the footsteps in the sand. You probably heard that analogy before, right? He's going to carry you through that situation. You are God's creation, right? You are his image bearer. Between these two extremes, you should manage to live a balanced life. At the end here is a prayer that says, Heavenly Father, to help us never to become proud and arrogant, but always to remember our shortcomings. Yet I worship you because you have made me so wonderful, or made us so wonderful, that I can be your image bearer. Amen. All right, guys. So that's our word of the day today. Two extremes, right? Balanced life. Keep grounded, but know that you're important at the same time. Thank you guys for coming to the stream today. I appreciate you drawing with me. I appreciate you sharing the word of God with me. And I appreciate that everybody was respectful. And I appreciate those that did donate or tip us today for receiving, for me working today and working for you and showing you, sharing with you what God has blessed me with. So I just want to say thank you and I appreciate it. So you guys have a blessed and awesome day. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I got to get ready for my event. I'll see you guys in the next live stream. You guys be careful out there. Love you guys. And again, I'll see you on Tuesday morning. That's our new stream now. So by the way, guys, I forgot to make that announcement. Tuesday morning, 10:30 a.m. is our new week stream time. That means Wednesday will be no stream again. It will be Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. and then Saturday at the normal time. Okay? I just wanted to put that out there for you guys so you'll know. All right, guys. Y'all have a blessed day, and I will see you next time. Y'all be cool. All right, that's it. 3:30. So, go put my clothes on.